Hey guys, it's Tommy here and welcome back to another video. Welcome to the Poke Accountant channel. And sorry guys, it's been a week since my last video. I hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl. I hope you guys enjoyed that weekend. It was really cool to see some famous actors, to see all these people, musicians, just, in the commercial. It was a really good time. And I've frankly been a little busy with work this past week, so I haven't been able to make any videos for you guys. But I'm back here today and I've taken a look at the market, and I'm sure you guys know a lot of booster boxes have just pumped in prices. We've seen Destin Rivals continue pumping and correct and drop a little bit, and Prismatic ETBs and bundles are still doing its thing. 151 Paldean Fates, like, it's doing its thing, and we even see Phantasmal Flames taking a climb. We see Surging Sparks taking a climb, and there's just no stop in the market right now. But it seems that some of these sets are pulling back a little bit. Destin Rivals, maybe not Prismatic, but it could see a little bit of retrace, not maybe huge, but there's a lot of attrition. It's getting ripped through. But today I want to talk about some interesting items that I'm seeing in the market that I want to kind of show and share and talk about with you guys. And this is in regards to ultra premium collections and special premium collections, like the ones that I have behind me. Up top, there's the Sword and Shield, UPC. There's the 151 UPC. There's the Prismatic SPC, and then there's the Mega Charizard UPC back there. I already opened that one. I just hold my bulk in it. But these things are really going up in price, and I wonder if you guys noticed that. I want to talk about it a little bit, and talk about maybe even like what goes on behind the scenes that moves those prices, right? Let's start off with Big Daddy Charizard. This UPC is now selling for about $500 on TCG Player over this past, I want to say, like, week, pretty consistently. There's one sold for 400. I don't know if that was a legit listing, but consistently throughout this past week, it's been selling for like pretty much $500. And I want to talk about like why that is. There's not a whole lot of them out there anymore. There's 90 left on the market. There's about 3 sold a day, so these things move pretty quickly. And as you see, like the next listing, these are pretty much all 500. No one is going any lower than that. It's pretty much said and done. And it's like, it's done 20%, 21% in the past 3 months, which is pretty phenomenal. Really phenomenal to see, with most of that growth kind of in this last month. And, I think it has to do with just booster boxes and Pokemon Center ETBs and booster bundles for specialty sets. These things always get pumped first, right? But then after they get pumped to a price where, the market starts to see like, hey, this booster box has gone up like 40% or 30%, while this UPC or this SPC has only gone up like 5%. People start realizing like, maybe this booster box or this item is too expensive, and then they start looking towards the SPC and the UPCs, which is why I make those monthly videos and quarterly videos where I go over market items, and I generally only talk about the booster boxes and the Pokemon Center ETBs. The reason why is those are always the ones to move first in prices. UPCs and SPCs follow because these products are a derivative of other products. And what do I mean by that is this UPC right here is made up of multiple items. It has Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies, Vivid Voltage, Darkness Ablaze, some Astral Radiance, some Brilliant Stars, some Lost Origin, and of course like the promos, right? So the price of this box is affected by, I think, the price of many different items. That's why it's a derivative of those prices, right? So, if Evolving Sky was to double in price from $35 a pack to $70 a pack, I think the price of this UPC would increase accordingly, right? That would only make sense because it's a derivative. And let's look into all the individual items. You know, like Evolving Skies booster box, like over the past few months, like I know we had that dip, but we've seen it grow, 20% from the low. Fusion Strike, we've seen it grow pretty much same thing, like 20% from the low. Brilliant Stars, this thing is a superstar. It's just gone like way up. It's up there, man. Lost Origin, this has done 10%. It's one of the weaker performing Sword and Shield sets. But if you look at these promos, they're about like $160 last sold today. So like if I go over here and I look at the price of all these, right, that's like $150. And then you combine those Fusion Strikes and that's $200. You add in the Evolving Skies, that's like, that's well over $300, right? And then you count in the rest of these 8 packs, you're well over $400 already. And then of course it comes in a really cool box. You get some packs, you get some cool little trinkets, and there's aura to it. So there's like a sealed kind of aspect to it that makes it more expensive as well, right? And that naturally drives up the prices of these boxes. And I think that's how this is up 20%. And it may not have done as well as the booster boxes, but consider it like this. If the booster boxes have kind of already taken a run and you notice that this UPC hasn't taken a run yet, like back, early January, you're like, wow, Evolving Skies has, gone up like in January, right? It's already up like 15%. Fusion Strike, this is up like 15% in January. Same thing, Brilliant Stars. It's like so high right now, right? If you were looking at this UPC in early January and you're like, oh, this thing is $400, like relative to the prices of everything that has gone up just now, I think this UPC, like $400 is super cheap, which it was, right? And if you had bought that, you would have made just 20% on your return. So, I probably buy the booster boxes first, but sometimes in the market, you may notice these plays that are available, and it's usually for a very short period of time. If I turn this graph to 1 month, look, it was selling steadily, and then boom, all of a sudden, the supply just got bought up. And it doesn't take a lot. It takes 6 a day, 4, 6, 4, 2, 1, 1, 1, and you're up there at $500, right? It happens so quick. So when you see opportunities like this, pounce on it. I wasn't quite looking into this play because I was focused on some other things. I was looking at some Gundam and One Piece, as you notice, that's behind me. So I didn't quite make this play, but that play was totally available. And I think plays like this will continue to occur in the future. And actually, frankly, I think there's one right now, and it's actually been going on. And we'll go over that item at the end of this video. So what's the next item? Let's look at the next item. 151. We've seen these booster bundles shoot up like crazy. It's up 28%. And it's no surprise that it's up 28%. It's just 151, and you guys know what it does. It's like the XY evolutions. It's like a base set. It's a modern base set, right? Let's look at the UPC for it. These are selling for... That $500 one is kind of suspicious to me, so I'm not going to count it. But, 715, 655, there's a small tear, 636, 640, 697, 700, 700, 86, roughly between like $650 to $700, right, is what we're seeing here. And this thing has taken a 12%, 13% up. So, like it's half of what the bundles are doing, right? But people realize pretty early on, like they see this spike in 151 booster bundles, right? And it's sitting at like 117, 120 a box. And then when you see that the 151 UPC is like steadily holding this $600 range, right? People notice that, and it becomes a no-brainer. They're like, oh, well, this thing's undervalued, right? Let me buy this up. And so people buy it up, and boom, it shoots up. And I think these 151 UPCs are really interesting because just like the 151 ETBs and Pokemon Center ETBs, there's so much aura on it. Because like if you break down the cost of this, I think 151 bundles are 120 divided by 6, $20 a pack. But when you look at this 151 ETB and you consider that the promos are selling for $130, 140 shipped, right? 150 after tax, let's just call it 150. And you take it away from 700, you're left with let me take out my calculator. I should be able to do this in my head, right, Mr. Accountant? You got 550, and then you divide that by the 15 packs are inside. You're paying almost double per pack for 151 UPC packs relative to the bundle. So there's just crazy aura on this product. There's not a whole lot of them out there left. I know Costco went crazy, but these things, man, are in such high demand. And, you know, these things were not always $130. It used to be like $10 or $20 for all three. So, yeah, we're just seeing the demand for 151. Another interesting item is the Prismatic SPC. So, the bundles, they've shot up to like nearly $70, right? They've been selling pretty consistently at this $65 to $70 range, sometimes even a little bit more. And you see kind of things shot up like January 10th, right? And it's been holding since. If I go over here to the SPC, do you see the delay? January 10th is when the bundles shot up. And while the bundles were shooting up, it got to a point where it hit a wall. And when it hit a wall, people look to the SPC and they're like, oh, this thing at 240 is way too cheap. So they buy it up, and look where we're at. We're up 20% from the lows. They're selling for $290 now. And I know there should be reprints, like very small reprints, but I don't know. I don't know if reprints ever really does anything to the price of Prismatic, and that's where we are, right? So I hope you guys are catching on. I'm teaching you to fish here, to look at these prices of these booster boxes, to look at the single pack prices, right? And to just kind of notice these trends of when UPCs and these SPCs start to shoot up in price. Next on, this is the giveaway. You probably know there's not a lot of these products out there. The next thing is Charizard UPCs. We saw them at the lows of like 140s, right? Because Costco released a whole bunch, and these have been selling like from Target for so long now. They've been at Best Buy. You can find these anywhere and everywhere. But yet, even with all that supply, look at what's going on with the market. These are selling for $150 through $160 consistently. That's incredible, guys. And if you look at what's really in this box, is incredible. You have 4 Destined Rivals, most expensive booster box of the Scarlet Violet and even Mega Evolution era. You got 4 Phantasmal Flames, which has just shot up in price like crazy, and no one expected it. We all thought the booster boxes would be printed to the ground and it hit MSRP. It did not happen. You get 4 Surging Sparks, and you know, Surging Sparks, great set. It's gone up in price. You get 4 Mega Evolution base, great. Great packs as well. The only maybe like iffy pack is the two Journey Togethers. But still, you get 16 packs that are amazing and just like 2 bad ones, right? It's amazing. And even if I go back here to the promos, these are selling for like $40, $66, $50, $46, like, oh my gosh, $150 for 3. They're selling $50 a piece. And if you consider that the price was $140 on these at one point, and maybe even locally you can find them cheaper, you're getting 18 packs for like $90 to $100. That's $5 per pack. That's amazing. And I think these products will continue to get shred up. I'm sure rip and shippers are jumping all over this, getting packs so they can, you know, rip and then ship and sell, and keeping the promos and then grading the ones that are really good, right? Getting PSA 10s off those. this product I can see going up. I mean, look at Destin Rival. Like, it's gone up 44% in the last 3 months, peaked at 600. Phantasmal Flames, it's selling for like 290. Oh my gosh, it's about hit $300. I think it's gonna be $300 really soon. That's crazy. And these are selling quick too. Look, 53 boxes are sold a day. There's a bit of a glitch here, but these things are selling. Surging Spark is up to 264, selling 26. Some are even going to the $270. Scroll down here, yeah, like 250. People are undercutting each other a bit. Mega Evolution, it came down, went back up, came down, and now we're back up again. 269. Oh my gosh, let me scroll down here. 260, 250. I mean, shipping's expensive. These are like, yeah, these are getting up there. So, I mean, if you look at what this is made up of, I think this is a good buy, even $150, right? And locally you can find it cheaper. It's just made up of so many good packs and boxes that this will be a sought for item like for years to come. And right now, I still think it's undervalued relative to what Destin Rivals, Phantasmal Flames, Surging Sparks, and Mega Evolutions are doing. I still think this is undervalued. So I think that's my buy right now, like for these things. Destin Rivals buying it at 550 sounds pretty crazy, but I actually don't know if we'll get a reprint. Phantasmal Flame, same thing. 300 sounds crazy, but I don't know if we're getting reprint. And Surging, we already got the vending machine reprint. I don't know if it's happening again. Same thing with Mega Evolution. We can't even get any, we can't even get any Ascended Heroes out. And we got a lot of banger sets coming out in the future. I'm sure you guys saw, like, the Darkrai set got announced, and then the Mega Rayquaza set got announced for Japan. And I'm pretty sure those are going to be bangers. And Pokemon's going to need to print a lot of those products, right? That next block. I think, right now, this box is covering a big block of items. Like, you got Journey Together, Destin Rivals, Surging Sparks, Mega Evolution, Phantasmal Flames, right? I think Pokemon is going to focus their printer on that kind of like next block that's coming up, which would be the Ascended Heroes, the Perfect Order, the Darkrai, Mega Rayquaza set. And that block is such a banger block. They're going to have to really focus their printers on that. They can't even get any Prismatic Evolution out to bring down the prices of the bundles, the ETBs and the SPCs, and they've already printed this thing to the ground. I don't know if they're going to print any more. Like, if they just keep printing this thing, they can't print other things, right? I think they released a good amount of quantity in the market already. So, hey man, that's what this video is about. I just want to go over UPCs and SPCs and, trying to find good opportunities in the market, especially like buy booster boxes when they are well priced. But when you see them taking this huge leg up, take a stop right there. Move on to something else, right? Before it takes that pump up. Buy it cheap. Buy it like at a lower price. And then when everything's gone the leg up, now you can move back to that booster box that you were prioritizing, right? And that's just my spew. I hope you guys learned something. This was a bit of a longer video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun talking about this, and well, if you liked the video, please leave a like, leave a comment below, give me a subscription. It helps out the channel a lot. And I'm Tommy with Poke Accounts. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be signing out.